Why are the group 1 elements called alkali metals? And what are the physical and chemical properties of group 1 elements? Let's check them out in this video. The elements in group 1 of the periodic table are called alkali metals. They are called alkali metals because they react with water to give alkaline solutions. They are the most reactive metals in the periodic table, and that's why we need to keep them under oil to protect them from corrosion by air and water. Alkali metals are soft and can be cut easily with a razor blade. When freshly cut, the alkali metals show a shiny and silvery surface that rapidly tarnishes in air. These elements have low densities and low melting points. The densities generally increase down the group, while the melting point decreases down the group. Let's focus on the chemical properties of alkali metals. Now, each of these alkali metals, their atoms have 1 valence electrons. By losing these valence electrons, the alkali metal will attain the stable noble gas electronic configuration. Going down the group, reactivity of these alkali metals increases down the group. This is because as we go down the group, the size of the atom increases. There are more electrons in the inner shell, hence the attraction between the positive nucleus and the outermost shell decreases down the group. Now with this, it is easier to lose the valence electrons from bigger atoms. Hence, the reactivity increases down the group. Now, as mentioned earlier, group 1 elements, they actually react with water to form alkaline solutions. When lithium is placed in the water, it reacts quickly. Sodium, which is a more reactive metal, reacts violently, catches fire, and sometimes explodes. For potassium, it reacts very violently and the reaction is explosive. Elements that are low in the group, they are so reactive, it is not safe to carry out the experiment in the school chemistry lab. The alkaline solutions that are formed in these reactions, they contain hydroxide ions. Hence, these solutions will turn red litmus paper blue. Alkali metals form ionic compounds with nonmetals. Now, each of these alkali metals, their atoms have 1 valence electrons. By losing these valence electrons, the alkali metal will attain the stable noble gas electronic configuration. Hence, they form ions with a charge of positive 1. The compounds of all group 1 elements are all ionic. And these ionic compounds have similar chemical formula. This table shows the common group 1 ionic compound. So let's take for example, sodium chloride. Now we know that sodium, it forms an ion of a positive 1 charge. So that will be Na+. Chloride has a charge of negative 1. So Na+ and Cl-. To work out the formula of this ionic compound, we just need to apply cross method. If you see a ratio of 1:1, there's no need for us to write the number. It is understood that there's a number 1 over there. So the formula of sodium chloride will be NaCl. Let's take for example, potassium nitrate. Now nitrate, it has a formula of NO3-. Potassium being a group 1 element, it has a charge of positive 1. So K+ and NO3-, again, the number is 1, 1. Let's bring them down using the cross method. Again, ratio 1, 1, we don't need to write the number down. It is understood that there's a value 1 over there. So the formula of potassium nitrate is KNO3. What about group 1 sulfate? Let's take for example lithium sulfate. Lithium has a charge of positive 1. The formula is Li+. Sulfate is SO4 2-. Using cross method, let's bring the values down. So now this is not a ratio of 1:1. We will need to write down the value 2. Hence, the formula of lithium sulfate will be Li2SO4. What about group 1 carbonates? Let's take for example sodium carbonate. So sodium has a charge of positive 1. Carbonate, it has a formula of CO3 2-. Using cross method, let's bring the values down. So we will have Na2CO3. This table shows a list of compounds that group 1 elements can form. You can see that their compounds have very similar chemical formula. As all the group 1 elements, they form ions of positive 1 charge. In a nutshell, for the physical properties of the alkali metals, they have low melting point, which decreases down the group. They have low densities, which increases down the group. They are soft and can be cut easily. For their chemical properties, all the group 1 elements, they react with water to form alkaline solutions and hydrogen gas. Their ability to lose electrons increases down the group, hence the chemical reactivity increases down the group. All these compounds, they have similar formula as they form ions of positive 1 charge. They are soluble in water to form colorless solution. In the next video, we will be focusing on group 7 elements, which we call the halogens. So do remember to subscribe to the channel to get notified on the newly uploaded videos. If you find this video useful, don't forget to share the link with your friends and like the video. Have fun learning chemistry, and I will see you soon.